faffing about with my camera. How are we all? Why can't you see me? Welcome back to my channel. It's True Crime with Jess Rose. I'm here on a Tuesday and a Thursday every week at 8 p.m. Tuesdays are my request evening. Thursdays are stories I want to bring to you. I can't see anything because Mick's in the way. It looks like I can see things, but I actually can't because Mick wants all the stuff, all the attention. So I hope you're all okay. Stories are live. So I do have a little chat with the guys in the comments. So you're welcome to join, or you can join my Patreon, patreon.com/JessRose5472. Or you could just like, comment and subscribe. I am on TikTok. So if you'd like to have a look at what I've got going on over there, I've only got a few. If you want to join the live, they're a great bunch. And that's about it. I'll have a little chat with the guys in the live and then we'll start. Once I start the story, I don't stop. So if you just want to hang about for a couple of minutes, that's great too. How are we all? How are we? Are we all okay? Hey, Warwick. Hey, sis. How are we? Are we all okay? Same old, same old. Hey, Claire. How you doing? How are you? Hey, Phil. How are ya? How's it going? I don't know if you know this one. Well, you can't. You can't from the title. Of course you can't. It's a bit different for what I'd normally bring to you. I'll hang on a couple of seconds and then I'll tell you a little bit about it. So, how are we? As you can tell, I'm a little bit hyped up. I'm a little bit frazzled. It's someone's birthday tomorrow. So, it happens to be the youngest one's birthday tomorrow. Hey, Hayley, how you doing? So, I'm very frazzled. I have some balloons coming in about an hour and a bit. So, I'm going to bring the story to you. And then I'm going to have to like, comment, subscribe and duck out. I've got to wrap. I've got to get it all ready. She wants, thanks to moderator extraordinaire, who does Easter hunts, who I'd never, ever done in my life. I'd never done Easter hunts, but thanks to Tiffany introducing them into my daughter's life, now she wants a birthday hunt. She wants a birthday hunt. So she wants some gifts to open in the morning, and then she wants to come home from school. I am whispering. I am. Your volume's not going. I am actually. This is Whisper. This is Jessica Whisper. She wants to come home from school and do a hunt of presents. I don't know who she thinks she is. We've got to stop allowing her to watch YouTube. We have to stop that. Because I'm pretty sure, she actually said last night, why haven't we got a pool? I'm like, well, we're poor, but also we live in England. Come on. It's always going to be freezing. Oh, thank you, Phil. Thank you very much. Yes, she's a big 9 tomorrow. She's a big 9. She thinks she's a big girl. She thinks she's a woman of the world. And she should have a swimming pool. That's what she thinks. So, yes. So, I'm very frazzled, as you can see. It's all, I've left everything to the last minute. Which is just who I am as a person. I can't help it. Tiffany, is in advance. She's shot for Christmas in January. We're very different sisters. I know, it's scary. It's scary that that's how old she is. It is. But she is 9 going on 19, to be fair. So, she's come across as an adult for the past at least 4 years. So, yes. I'll calm myself down now. I know. Warwick, I was going to say, she has one. She just has to, she can't swim in it. That's all it is. She can't swim in it. But yes, she should think herself lucky. A lot of people haven't got a pool table in the back garden. But, yeah, that it's, oh, God, I got myself very hyped then. I got myself even more hyped up. So I'm going to try and calm myself down a little bit now. But yes, so there's a lot going on in the Murphy Rose household. It's all crazy. So, right, okay. What are we doing? Let me tell you a little bit about this one, okay? It's unusual for me, right? I'm calming, I'm bringing myself down. If I talk about the story, I'll calm myself down. It's unusual for me because for forever, I always like to bring stories to you that have an end, okay? Hate bringing stories to you that are half done. And I've been watching this one for years, for a couple of years now, and it's still not done. But I want to bring it to you. I'm going to bring it to you anyway. You may have heard about it. I'm not too sure. But I'm going to bring it to you anyway. It's a little bit chop and changery. Is that even a word? But I haven't got an end for you yet. That's the only problem. So I'm going to apologise in advance and warn you in advance. So in case you're waiting at the end and you're like, hold on a minute. So I'm going to start anyway. I've called this one The Neighbours from Hell because they absolutely are. But I probably shouldn't have. Hi Kelly, how you doing? I probably shouldn't have called it that. But that's what I'm calling it. That's what we're going to call it. And you're going to see why in a second. Okay. I'm just about to start, Kelly. I was just telling them all I'm very frazzled, but I'm calming myself down. Calming it. Is that what I called it? The Horrific Neighbours. Oh, I haven't put that on there. I haven't put that on the title. I'll have to change it after. Ugh, I forgot I'd done that. Okay. Let's start. Oh, it's very chop and changery, so I'm going to focus. Okay. So, we have a man called James Mast. All right. He's the dad in this story. We have the mum, Mary Mast. She's 29. Now, this couple are Christians. It's in Missouri, Benton County, Missouri, to be exact. And they are, oh God, I've tripped at the first hurdle. What do you call if you are part of a church? Is it patrons? Patrons of the Gospel Light Church in Benton County, Missouri. Okay? You'll wonder why. I will tell you why that's important in a second. Not particularly the church, but the fact that they are Christians. Let me know. Let me explain. Okay, now, James and Mary have 3 children. Okay? They have Jessica, who's 4. Her name's Jessica Joy Mast. Then we have Justin Mast, who is 11 months. And we have Nathaniel Mast, who's 2. Okay, so we have 11 months, 2 and 4. So Jessica's got 2 brothers. Okay, now Jessica herself, congregation, thank you, congregation of gospel, the members of the congregation of Gospel Light Church, thank you. Okay, now Jessica, it said, very, very cute. Really cute little girl. Friendly. Used to love to read to her brothers. She used to sing little hymns and stuff to them. Very cute little girl. Very, very cute. Very outgoing. You know, the typical older sister used to look out for her little brothers. Very cute little girl. Okay. Now, that's them. Then we have another couple that I'm going to bring to you, okay? And their names are Courtney and Ethan, okay? Now, Courtney, her surname is Arman. She's 21. And Ethan, who's 35, is also called Mast. Now, I don't know, is this just a common surname? Is it 1 in a million chance that these families, well, Ethan's got the same surname as this family, but they do have the same surname. So I'm not going to use the surname very often. Okay. So now, Ethan, he's married to a woman called Phyllis. Okay. He's married to a woman called Phyllis. Right. There is a Jessica and Courtney in this story. I know, I did notice. But they have a girl called Courtney move in with them. You might have noticed the age difference when I said Ethan's 35, Courtney's 21. Now, they have Courtney move in with them, and they begin an affair quite quickly. These two do. All right? Now, a little bit about Courtney herself. She has come to live with Ethan and Phyllis from another family's home who she'd lived with. And before she lived with that other family, she was in a mental asylum. Or, although it doesn't call it that, it calls it a mental health clinic. And she was there for 3 years, Courtney was. Okay. Now, you might be like, all right, what's the connection? The other family Courtney had lived with when she came out of said mental health clinic was James and Mary with the 3 children. So when she come out of that clinic, I don't know how she ended up there. And the reason I say it might be a bit choppy and changery and I can't end it for you is because we haven't had the trial yet. Okay? Alright. Now, I'll be like, why are you doing this story? Because this happened back in 2020 and we still haven't had the trial. And I've been following this story for quite, I think I heard about it maybe 2021, I think I heard about this. Still no trial. So, I'm bringing it to you anyway with what I have, but I don't have an end yet for you. Alright? So, still very hyped up. I'm trying to calm down. I'm still very hyped up. Alright. So, where did I get to before I just flew off the handle then? So, she'd moved in with James and Mary. Okay, like I say. So, she started an affair with James. Alright, while she was living with them. While they opened Mary had opened a home to this young girl, she knocks off her husband. So, I don't know what Phyllis was thinking, allowing her to move in with her and Ethan. The girl's got form, and sure enough, she begins knocking off Ethan. Alright? Now, it looks like I'm pointing the finger at her. She's a young girl, it's a power dynamic, it's got to be the men. I'm sorry, I don't believe that. I don't have that. It's both of them. Okay? Both very to blame. Very to blame. I don't want to get into this, but yes, it should be more down to James and Ethan to be like, no, I think Tiffany would have known what I was about to say then, but no, hold her by her forehead, no. So it should be down to them because they are married, but the fact is, she knows their wives, she's living in their homes, so as far as I'm concerned, she's ultimately, she's just as culpable, okay? So, there's going to be no sympathy from me, and there's certainly not when I tell you the story, okay? So this is the dynamic, if I haven't muddied the waters too much for you with all the chopping and changing. Okay, so let me do a quick recap. We have James Mast and Mary Mast, who have got 3 children. They have Jessica, Nathaniel and Justin. Okay, they're their 3 children. Also involved in this story, you have Ethan Mast, no relation to James and Mary, and you have Courtney Allman. I never know how to pronounce it. You have Courtney, okay? Phyllis, from what I can tell, he plays no part in this story at all, other than being her husband cheating on her. but we don't know much about Phyllis as it stands, okay? That's the story. So now we come to December the 20th, 2020. All right? It's freezing. It's winter. In Benton County, Missouri. Apparently Missouri is a very cold place. I will tell you why that means something in a second. James, Dad, Phil, I'm doing my air quotes again. He calls 911. All right? And a Sergeant Wilson comes out to the home. And when he walks in, James is there, opens the door. And he basically on the 911 call had said that he needed help for his daughter, Jessica. Okay? So when Sergeant Wilson turns up and he gets there, he goes upstairs, walks into the bedroom where James has brought him, and lying on the floor, covered with a little pink blanket, is an obviously deceased 4-year-old little girl. Okay? When Sergeant Wilson removes the blanket from Jessica, she's got nothing on, and she has purple bruises, thick, big purple bruises from her neck all the way down to her feet on both sides. This child has been obviously badly beaten. Okay? There are open wounds, what it looks like from blisters all on her legs. She's got welts across her back that look like it's from a belt. But her hair's wet. It's been tied back into a little pony, but it's quite obviously wet. Alright. There's also vomit, where she must have been sick, that's been left there beside her and down her to the side. And this is the poor little girl that this policeman walks into. Okay? So he comes back out the bedroom, goes downstairs to speak to James, and he's like, what is going on? And James says, it was my neighbours. My neighbours done this. What? And he goes, look, I've got camera footage. I can prove that it was my neighbours that did this. It was them. They did this to my daughter. Okay? So what James says is that they came into his home. Okay? The first thing they did is turn the cameras off in the kitchen. They've got internal cameras in their home. Don't they always? There's always cameras. I don't know why they think they can get away with these things, but there's cameras. But the neighbours turn them off. The neighbours, Ethan and Courtney, alright, are who he's blaming. Alright. He says they came inside the home, they turned the cameras off, they then got one of James's belts and they began to beat Jessica. Right? But this wasn't the first time. So you might be like, this is crazy. Oh, this isn't the first time at all. No. This has been going on for at least 2 weeks. At least. And on the other occasions when these neighbours have walked in to their family home and started beating their kids. Oh yeah, because Nathaniel would get it as well. When they would come in and do that, Jessica, it's been said it was Jessica, but I would assume Nathaniel, he was 2. I'm assuming he would do the same thing. They would run to James and Mary, okay, and try and hide or try and get a comfort from their parents who are there when it's happening, and they wouldn't help them. And they claimed that they weren't allowed to help their own children who are being beaten by their neighbours. Okay. So the policeman thinking, this is crazy. This doesn't make any sense. He goes back upstairs and he goes into a back bedroom. And in that back bedroom is Mary. Okay. And Mary's in there with Nathaniel and with baby Justin. Okay, so they're in this room. She tells the police the exact same thing. The exact same thing. It was the neighbours. We had to let them. What? And she turned around and she goes, this was a huge, huge God thing. You know, they've convinced us of it. This is just a huge God thing. It's what she had to say. It was her excuse. It was because of God. Luckily, Justin, baby, who's 11 months old, he hadn't been hurt. He hadn't. Who knows how long that would have taken to start, but he hadn't been hurt at that point, okay? So the policeman, Sergeant Wilson, is like, right, okay, you mentioned cameras. Let me have a look. Let me go and have a look at these cameras. And on the camera footage, it shows Jessica, 4 years old, and Nathaniel, 2 years old, sat at a table and they're just eating. That's what it shows on the footage. They're just sat there eating. And next thing you know, you see Courtney and Ethan enter the home, like through into the kitchen. You see them enter. And what you see on camera is Courtney. She grabs a phone. It turns out it was Mary's phone. She grabs a phone. You see her looking at it. Have I seen the footage? Obviously, I haven't. I'm getting this from bits that I found everywhere. I'm just trying to describe what I've read, basically. And it says that she grabs the phone, starts looking at it, calls Ethan over to show him something that's on Mary's phone. Who knows what it was. But then you see her look at the camera that's in the kitchen and then look at Ethan. He walks over to the camera, so he's obviously coming towards it, and turns it off. So that's the most you can see at that period of time. Alright? Now, the one thing that was there, the one person that was there also in the room with little Jessica and little Nathaniel and then Ethan and Courtney was James. Daddy. You know, Daddy. Alright. This was around 8 a.m. Okay, on the morning of the 20th. So this is earlier on that morning. Okay. So Courtney and Ethan had basically been threatening James and Mary that if you tell anyone what we've been doing here, that you're not only going to go to hell, but we're going to beat you too. We're going to beat you too. So you're not going to do anything about this at all. It's not what you're going to do. So James would say, look, God was talking to me through Courtney. So Courtney has got this couple, well, Courtney and Ethan have got this couple, James and Mary, to believe that that God is talking through Courtney and telling them things, and it's all for the good of God, apparently. Okay. Now, Mary Mary didn't get away scot-free either. She also would get beaten. Okay, like I say, this has been going on for 2 weeks of this couple just walking into the house. And you might be like, well, how are they getting into the house? Well, do you remember I said that Courtney stayed with the family? Remember, she stayed with the family when she first came out of her mental health clinic. She had the code to the alarm. So her and Ethan would just walk on in. They'd just walk on in. I'm sure you can change codes. I'm sure you can. So I'm not quite getting that. It's also said that they had their phones connected to the cameras that were in the house. There's also kind of rumours that they put the cameras in. But that, allegedly, I don't know. But it said that they had footage of the cameras on their phones so they could watch what was going on. So on that morning, what did they believe they saw with Jessica and little Nathaniel when they were sat at the table eating? What bad thing did Jessica apparently do that they had to come over at once? I don't know. So like I say, Mary was also being beaten as well. She said she believed it was through God as well until it started to get serious. So from what I can gather, I believe what's probably happened, and I am sort of throwing my own 2 cents into this, they're part of this church. Ethan and his wife and Courtney also go to this church, Gospel Light Church, okay? And there is a faction of the church, okay? Let me just tell you about it very briefly. There is a faction of the church where it is said that there's a padded room within the church, okay? So it encourages parents to beat their children, to beat the demons out of them when they're being naughty, when they're being bold. And it said that this padded room, their children would be brought into there and they would be beaten with spoons that had holes in them. So it would hurt even more when they were being beaten in this room. And it was basically it was padded so it would it would cover the screams of the children during these exorcisms, you know, to get the demons out of the kids. Because it's not just that the kids, and maybe there might just be, you know, toddlers going through terrible twos or just having a bad day maybe. No. It must be the devil and it must be a demon. And so it must be exorcised immediately. And this is the church that they all go to. So it was said that Courtney and Ethan, and don't forget Courtney had lived at their home for a brief period of time before she'd moved in with Ethan and his wife. I know it's messy. I know it's so messy. So, reading between the lines, did she go to Ethan and be like, you should see their kids over the road? Definitely got demon in them. Definitely. We have to do something about this. And approached Mary and James and been like, listen, we've got to do something about this. Your kids got devil in them. We've got to do something. And so when it first started, was it just chastising the kids and just telling them off, tapped hands? Is that how it started? Because like I say, Mary had said, Mary had said she thought it was through God. So obviously that's what they'd come and proposed, let's say. Look, God's talking to me and he's telling me I've got to discipline your child. because the devil's involved. So she then says, until it started to get serious. And my brain was like, is it when it started to get serious, or is it when you started getting beaten? Is it when Mary started to get beaten? Is that when she thought, maybe this is going a bit far? Okay. Because then Mary was told that not only was she's demonic, but so was Jessica. They both had demons in them, and they had to be got rid of. Okay. Nathaniel also got a demon in him, apparently. He had severe bruising to the back of his legs as well. That Sergeant Wilson had seen while he was there. He was 2 years old. He said severe welts down the back of his legs. So CPS came. Sergeant Wilson, he calls CPS, brings them out straight away to come and take the two boys out of the house. Nathaniel had to be taken to the hospital. He was that injured. And when they were taken, Mary was like, that's okay. That's okay. It's probably best type attitude. Go on, just take them. So now the police are there and they're going to stop these crazy people from, they're all crazy. They're all crazy. There's no defence of any adult in this story. None. So, but even then, when you would imagine she would think she's saved in some way, she just like, bye kids. It was just said that she really didn't care. She really didn't care. She just thought it was for the best if they go. Okay. And like I say, Mary herself was also getting beaten. So she was covered in bruises and welts herself. You can hear from my tone, I'm not too concerned about that. I'm not too sympathetic to that. She was actually having to wear adult diapers, nappies, or it depends, I think it's a brand, because she'd been beaten so bad herself. I seem heartless, but I'm not. I don't care. I don't care. Now, Mary was asked how, he asked her, Mary was asked how, oh God, Mary was asked how she knew the family. I'm going to kill him. Excuse me, sorry. How she knew the family. And obviously that's when she said that they lived opposite. That's when they started to look into Ethan and Courtney, and it was explained the relationship and everything else. It was explained how they'd got into the house, that she'd had the code to the alarm. And this is all coming out. So they're like, right, okay, why was Jessica's hair wet? Now, remember I says they found this little girl, badly beaten. Her hair's tied back in a pony, but it was wet. So, on the morning, now remember this has gone on for 2 weeks from the 20th of December. All right. Sorry, no. Oh my God, no. It is the 20th of December. It has been going on for 2 weeks. I'm so sorry. I've completely thrown off. So, on that morning when they'd come in, remember I says they were at the table, and he goes up and he turns the camera off. They take Mary and Jessica, James as well, and there's a pond at the back of their houses. Now you've got, if you look at the map, you can see where Courtney and Ethan are living with Phyllis. Then you've got James and Mary's, and then at the back you've got a pond. Okay, so they all go to this pond. They strip Jessica off, and Mary is forced to dunk her head in this freezing. It's December the 20th. It's supposed to be a very, very cold place, and they dip her head into the water. Okay, now she's got nothing on, and when they take her out of the water, they just leave her on the bank of the pond. Leave her there. Don't cover her, nothing. They just leave her there. So then Mary is then made to get into, to strip off and get into the pond, but she has to swim. She has to kind of do laps around this pond until Ethan and Courtney are like, okay, you're done, you can come out now. So then they get back to the house, and when they get back, they try to make Jessica stand up. This poor little girl. She's already, she can't stand up. And so they think, oh, it must be the devil again. So then they start beating her with a belt. And they don't stop. This time they don't stop at all. Now, it said that then she was put up, they told James to bring her up to her bedroom and leave her up there. Don't cover her up or anything, just leave her up there. So now it's been proven, remember I said she'd been sick beside herself, so she was alive at that point. So she's left up there. When they come back down, they then force Mary to beat Nathaniel and record it. And this goes on for a few hours, and then they leave. So the Sergeant Wilson actually says to James, like, why didn't you call us? Why didn't you call us then? Once they left, why didn't you call us? And he says, well, I didn't actually want to call you. It was only when I realised she was dead that I called you. So even when they went, they didn't try and help this little girl who was upstairs. It said that she could have possibly been saved, but they didn't. They didn't call until I made sure she was dead first. Also, when asked why, again, why hadn't you called 911 earlier? It was said that, oh, Satan would get them. Satan would have come and got them if they'd have called 911 earlier. Okay, so, like I say, yeah, they just had full access to this family. James swears blind that he never put his hands on the kids. Whereas Mary said that she was forced to hit them as well. But it was mainly Ethan and Courtney that would beat the kids and beat Mary. But it said that the beatings themselves apparently only got as severe as they did over the final couple of days, sort of that day of the 20th of December and the 19th. That was when where it had escalated to. Now, I'm not. So what? At what point in that fortnight did you be like, ooh, you know? Was it when Mary found herself being hit? Was that when she thought, oh, I don't know about this? Was it, and if it had escalated right to as severe as it did in the last 2 days, so on the 19th, let's say, when it really got bad, why not do something then, even? But you waited until, like, and it was said that it wasn't the first time they put Jessica in the pond either, over that fortnight. Again, middle of winter. It wasn't the first time they'd done that. So it's like, what was going on? Eventually Mary leaves, she goes to the hospital as well. Like I say, Nathaniel was also in the hospital. So Nathaniel and Justin, the baby, they then, once they leave the hospital, well, once Nathaniel leaves the hospital, it's said that they go to live with, I think it's the maternal grandmother, I think they went to live with or stay with. So, like I say, it's so choppy. So if you are watching me for the first time, I'm not normally like this, but it's so choppy, these stories, that on December the 21st, 2020, Courtney and Ethan are arrested. On December the 24th, 2020, it's Christmas Eve, James and Mary are arrested. Eventually, they're released on bail, although they couldn't attend little Jessica's funeral. They were banned from there. We get to February the 24th, 2022. Ethan pled guilty to second-degree murder. Okay. And then Mary in 2023 pled guilty to child endangerment. And that's as far as I've got for you. So, when I was working all this out, I thought, you know what? I've got the majority. But now that I've got to the end, I'm like, I'm really frustrated. Because I never, ever, ever normally don't have an end for you. It's also said that, well, there's allegedly, I'm putting it allegedly, it's saying that Mary and James, although James swore blind that he never did anything to his kids, it's said that Ethan and Courtney had forced Mary and James to sexually assault Jessica. That's allegedly as well. But until the trial happens, I just don't know. I don't know. It's very frustrating, this story. It really is. But I think I brought it to you because I was very baffled. I was very baffled. How do you allow this? Like, how do you allow this to happen with your children? All right, they go to this particular church. All right, so had they been doing this to their own children, all right, is horrific enough. The fact that they, based on this church's teachings and their beliefs and everything else, they weren't doing it themselves unless they were forced to. They were allowing someone else to do it. I just don't get this case at all. I just don't. It's just crazy to me. I just don't understand how you can allow that. And in the middle of all of this is a little 4-year-old girl who's been murdered because she had two parents who were either too weak or too, what's the word I'm looking for? Too brainwashed to step in and defend her from these crazy people across the road. It's just the most baffling story I've done. It's not the, I've done some baffling stories, but this one sort of, I can't I can't get my head around it. I just can't. I just don't get it. So I'm I'm now that I'm at the end. I am actually genuinely at the end of this story for where I am. So I'm going to have to, as soon as there's an update, as soon as the trial happens, as soon as I've got more details, I will come to you all. But like I say, on a Thursday, I do like to come with stories that you might not necessarily have heard of that are unusual. And to me, I don't know why this hasn't got more coverage. Because go away and try and find stuff on this case. It's so hard. It's so hard to find stuff. So if if you are like, Jessica, there's so much that didn't make sense in this. I know. I genuinely know. But I just thought it was very sad that we're nearly at 4 years and this little girl still hasn't had any justice whatsoever, even though we know who did it. I don't understand what's taking so long to bring this to trial. I don't get it. I don't understand. So I'm hoping when the trial happens and more details are released and we're 100% sure on exactly who did what and everything else, then I can come back 2 years. But that's all I've got for now. And that's why I called it The Neighbours from Hell, because I suppose I could have called it The Little Girls. I suppose I should have called it Jessica's Story, shouldn't I? I might change the title. What do you think? It's quite sad, isn't it? Because normally I use the name, don't I? But I suppose it's because I just don't know. I'm going to keep the title as it is, but I may change it in time. I may change that title in time when I can come back to you with an update. But yeah, so that was The Neighbours from Hell, but to be continued, obviously. So thank you for joining me. Like I say, I'm here on a Tuesday and a Thursday at 8 p.m. Live. Normally I do finish my stories. It's a very unusual one this evening. Tuesdays are my request evening. Thursdays are stories I like to bring. If you want to join my Patreon, it's patreon.com/JessRose5472. If you'd like to like, comment and subscribe, I'd really, really appreciate it. Like I say, not normally as choppy and chatty as it has been tonight, but choppy and chatty, is that right? They're going off. That's normal. But thank you so much for joining me. I'm just going to have a little chat with my guys in the comments now, and I'm about to shout at one of them. But thank you for joining me. And come and join us next Tuesday. Come and join us in the live. And you can see who I'm shouting at. Where is he? I'm going to kill him. Where is he? What did he say now? On about one. It was that one. On about me nails. It was that one nearly threw me over the edge. What? And yes, I do them myself. God, you nearly threw me over the edge, Warwick. Nails to me out, but that was it. It's so hard. And I know I can't stop. Oh, God. I've got to watch that back now. I have to watch that back now. And be like, oh, my God. Oh, God, I could have killed him. How are we all anyway in there? How are we? Goodness sake. Oh, he's gone quiet now. Where are you? And my elbow's okay. It is raising slowly. Oh, but you wasn't on about my elbow, was you? Oh, I'll kill him. He wasn't even on about my elbow, was he? Oh, God. And then, can I let you in on a little secret? All my nails broke. I've got one nail left. They are mine. I don't, yeah. Oh, thank you, Tiff. Yeah, I don't get them done. They are mine, but they've all broken. I have one left. And I've tried to do them, but I've been running out. And that's why I've been hiding them for the past through. He is, Phil. He is. But I've been hiding them for the past couple of lives. And I thought I can't do it again. So I had to get the last bit of nail varnish and just kind of do them last night. So they are what you can't see on there. They're horrific. Tiffany knows because I kind of add. I'm an adder for Warwick and Phil. That's when, just in case you don't know, it's when you nail varnish your chips and you just keep piling on. You don't take it off and start again. You just keep piling it on until it's this thick on top. I am one of them. That's what I do. So yeah, it was horrific. Awful. So why is he still hiding? Where is he? Why is he still hiding? Come out now. Come out. There he is. Oh, was he? Oh, was he really? Was he great? You're terrible. You're terrible. I've been so good lately as well. I can't remember the last time I've been got like that. It's been a while though. It's been a while. So you can pat yourself on the back. Give yourself a little crown there, you can. Because it has been a while. I have to ask. Oh, do you know what? He's not doing too bad. He's not doing too bad at all, Phil. He's got a cousin there who's older. It's very true, Warwick. We are. No, you won't. I will give you that. You do break it. You do stop us all crying. So I can say that. But no, he has got an older cousin there, but he doesn't obviously get to see him too often because he's a lot older. But he's gradually making a couple of friends, just a couple. He is. But I am taking advice and I'm trying to let him branch out and, try and just not wrap him up too much like I do get tempted to do very often. But no, I will say he's not happy tonight because he's had his first piece of homework. Do you know they give them laptops? They get laptops now. He's brought home a laptop. Like a Chromebook? That's a laptop, isn't it? I haven't even seen it yet. It's in his bag. But it's not now. He's doing his homework. But yeah, they've sent him back with a laptop. What's that all about? We didn't have that. Still ain't got that. I still haven't got one. That's crazy, isn't it? Because I knew they did, because they do homework online now. It's all online. So everything's online. So it did cross my mind. Is he going to have to do it on his phone? No. Sent home with a laptop he has been. So, how's that happen? So, yeah. So, he's not happy this evening because he's got his first bit of homework and it's maths. Although he does like maths for some reason. Stop that. Really? Oh, my God. Could you imagine? To be honest, though, if we'd have been given laptops. Did you, Phil? Oh, my God. No, to be honest, I don't think they'd have gave my year laptops that have been sold. That have been down the pawn shop. So I don't think they'd have done it. I don't think they'd have done it with us, to be honest. Oh, you're very lucky, Phil. But you're the same age as Tiff. You didn't have them, did you, Tiff? Phil must have been at a posh school. That's good. Yes, he is, Kelly. Thank you. No, he is. It's going to take time. It's going to take time, but he'll get there. I'm sure he will. He will. We got same. We were still using the blackboard. And then, I don't know, I had the whiteboards come in at that point. I think there was one whiteboard if I'm remembering rightly. But it was in the IT block. And when I say IT block, it was one room. And I think there was about 4 computers, like big backed, monitored computers. Do you know that's a thing, Warwick? Do you know that's actually a thing? You can't say blackboard anymore or whiteboard. Do you know that's a thing? I heard about that not long ago. Very funny. I know. Funny. Oh, thank you, Kelly. I hope so. I hope so. He will. I'm positive. I'm going to be positive. I'm staying positive. He will. But it's my first, so it's just a bit, oh, it's like a stab in my heart. It's a stab in my heart. Did you? But would you have gone? Okay, this is me being nosy again, Phil, and I'm going to apologise in advance. It's probably that intrusive thoughts thing again. But would you have gone to boarding school anyway? Or did you go to boarding school because it was for visually impaired? Just asking. Another intrusive thoughts have happened. What does NCW mean? What does that mean? Is that the name of the school? Christian Brother. Why have I heard of that? Why have I heard of that? Warwick. Christian Brotherhood. I've heard of that and I don't know why. I probably don't. I probably got it confused with someone else. It just rang a bell then. Grammar school as well. Isn't that another hoity-toity place? Grammar school. Is that a posh one? Because you didn't see it, Jess. I didn't see what? The school. Oh, okay. Right, okay. Yeah, nightmare. I've heard about them and the nuns. I missed that, but yeah, I've heard they were a bit of a nightmare. I have heard that from my parents, so I didn't have, because it was for visually impaired people with stand. Right, okay, I've got you. Oh, okay. Did you have to stop there? Was you allowed home, Phil? You're on form to know it. Are you? Is it you? From what I can see, it's been the 2 of years. From what I can tell, I believe I'm going to have to have a look through the comments after, aren't I? I can see. I'm sure you've had great fun in there tonight. Honestly, I've got to watch that back as well. I'm like, oh my God. I try to follow it as well. I try to follow it as much as humanly possible. But I was like, I'm going to break. I'm going to break. It was going over in my head. I'm about to break. But I feel like I held it, but I don't know. I need to watch it back. I've got a real feeling I didn't. At all. Oh, God. Oh, I'm dreading watching it back now. But yes, the priests I've heard were an absolute nightmare. And Phil, did you have to stay there? Was that like a live-in one, or did you get to go home after? The boarding school, you stop there, don't you? You stop there overnight. Are you allowed home at weekends and stuff? Is that how that works? I genuinely don't know a lot about boarding school. Ours was, grammar is, ours would be comprehensive. That's right, isn't it? We're comprehensive. Is that right? I think, you wouldn't even know I went to school, would you? Right, this is going for both my nieces' birthday. Okie dokie, yes, I'm going to. I was just seeing the time. But yes, thank you all so much, though. I've just asked Phil a question, though. I want to know before I go. I want to know. Because I am curious, because I know some of you stay at for a whole term, don't you? In between road boys. every few weekends. Oh, that's sad. Did you miss your family? Did you miss your family though? That's a lot, isn't it? That's a lot to have to, mind you, I suppose if you had friends there and stuff, I suppose at that age you wouldn't care, would you? You'd be like having the time of your life. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know how they work. Are they as, like, do you have the same bedtimes you'd have at home? Did you get to come from a council estate? Did you, Warwick? Wow. Oh, look at you, you clever sausage. I didn't even know they had... I thought scholarships were American things. Do they have them here still? I hadn't heard that you could get scholarships still. Oh, well done you, though, you clever sausage. No, just a bog standard, comprehensive, I think it's called. Oh, God. Oh, God. I did go to school, I swear. I know, I keep speaking, it keeps happening. The 11 plus. Oh, I didn't even get into it. I've got to stop talking. I'm really not helping myself here, am I? I'm really not helping myself. I didn't even get entered for it. I didn't even make it that far. Like, when I went to school, you had to actually be... And yeah, I think by the time you did it, Tiffany, I think everyone did it. I think. Are you being funny? I think you're being funny, aren't you? But I bet it did. Of course it did. It would have done you. It would have helped you with your witty banter in years to come when you're on True Crime with Jess Rose. You was being funny. I knew you were being funny. I should have known. I was actually answering you as well. See how I held it back. First year I hated it, but once first year was... Oh, well, that's nice, Phil. That's fine. It's that first year, isn't it? It's finding your place and stuff. And I suppose it must have been really hard for you because not even getting to come home at the end of the day, that must have been really hard. But I'm glad you started enjoying it, though. That's nice. I think it's just that first. It's just finding your place in places, isn't it? I suppose it's even when you go to start a job, isn't it? It's just finding your place. Although in a job, it's not the same because you're not forced to go, I suppose. But if you want anything in life, I suppose you have to. But yes, Warwick, that's why you did that 11 plus. You didn't realise it, but it was to get you all the way here so you could shaft my lives twice a week. Yeah, same. Wasn't a fan. I actually said the other day it'd have to be a humongous amount of money that you'd have to pay me to ever go back to school. Hated every bar of it. Oh, doesn't it look not like... Maybe I need to chop my hair. It looks quite nice just there, doesn't it? Doesn't it? I know. I'm going to go because it's all going to get... I'm just going to end up saying... Do you know, I'm going to end up saying a word where I'm not going to be able to upload it. I'm going to end up swearing or I'm going to end up saying something dodgy and it can't even go up at the end of all of that. But I'm going to do my jingle. It's jingle time, guys. Thank you so much for joining me again. I'm sorry I am cutting it a bit shorter. Haven't seen Kelly since. Is Kelly okay? I'm sorry I'm shooting it. I've got balloons coming and I've got wrapping to do and there's a whole big thing. I'll tell you what. Should I put a pickup on the... I might put a pickup on the... I wish you poorly. Oh, Kelly, please get better soon. Hope you get better soon. Please get better soon. It's like I'm forcing her. Hope you get better soon. I might put a pickup on the community page. Shall I? Are you even interested? Should I even bother? You're probably not interested, are you? But that's what I've got going anyway. That's what I've got going on. But I'm back on Tuesday with the... Oh, God, what's her name? Dottie something, isn't she? Whatever her name is. Shall I do it? Oh, okay. I will. That girl, anyway, I think gone for a gargle. Oh, she got a sore throat. Is that what trying? See, I take people serious, and then I'm like, that's not serious, is it? That's not real. That's not real. And I realise myself. Well, no, you wouldn't have realised, Phil. You wouldn't have known that. You'd have probably just thought, my God, I bet you just thought, my God, these noisy lot, I wish they'd just shut up. Because you wouldn't have known. You're not right in the head. Who, Warwick? He's not. He's not. And I think I think the gargle wasn't really, there was it. It wasn't. But, okay, we're going to do it. We're going to do it. So thank you to Warwick and Tiffany and Phil. Oh, me! What did I say? And Phil and Kelly. I know she has been in. I think that's... Oh, and Hayley. I don't know where Hayley's gone. And Hayley. I didn't notice anyone else, but if anyone else has been in, Natalie or anybody... Oh, there was... What didn't I notice? Claire. There was a Claire earlier, wasn't there? So, and thank you to Claire. And, yeah, and if you want to join my page, I'm going to. If you want to join my Patreon, it's patreon.com/Jess Rose 5472. Or I'd really appreciate if you could drop a comment into this story now when it goes up. Or look, comment, subscribe, guys. I just spat everywhere. Look, comment and subscribe, guys. Look, comment and subscribe, please. Look, comment and subscribe, guys. I'd really appreciate it. And, yeah, I'll see you all next Tuesday. Have a fabulous weekend. Yeah, look, comment and subscribe, guys. Have a fantastic weekend, whatever you choose to do. And, yeah, and I'll try again on Tuesday without being broken halfway through the story. Oh, God, I've got to watch it back now. But, yes, I'll see you all then, guys. Thank you so much. Thank you again. And, yes, wish me luck. I've got a long evening ahead of me. See you later. Take care. Look, comment, subscribe, guys. Look, comment, subscribe.